I would like to invite questions to that point. Yes?
Thank you for the opportunity. You raised an issue concerning a SACCO. Can you please highlight the same? Can you add some muscle on the same?
SACCO?
A SACCO, which members can join.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in the program, we have a SACCO. Sometimes students in the US usually reach out to us, not just in the US. Let me begin from the first step. So when the program came into existence, we came up with a SACCO whereby we could be having some revolving funds to assist us, especially the students who needs assistance to cover for their relocation expenses. So for any amount of money made by any person, there is some share capital that goes to the SACCO. And the SACCO is operated in a way to assist students in the relocation process, especially those who do GMAT and pass. So that's where we get their money, from this SACCO. So that revolving fund is the one that caters for these amounts of money. Sometimes students in the US, they reach out, they don't have, maybe they need some assistance here. That money we usually take it from the SACCO and assist them, and they pay later on to the SACCO so that we can be able to assist other students. So that's generally how the SACCO works like. Yeah, to assist majorly in the relocation process, and also to assist in other cases whereby some students might need any form of assistance from us. So there's another thing that I would like to mention. We have a partnership we've got a partnership with Qatar Airways, so which has really brought the amount of money required to fly down. So Qatar Airways is our partner. Our students, Qatar Airways is one of the best, is actually the best airline that I've personally been in. And our students will have now that they have that benefit of enjoying the best airline without having to pay like any other person. So what we have also started, because we understand the financial difficulties that most of the students face, is there's a plan we have started. It's called Pole Pole Saving. Pole Pole Saving allows you to enroll and start saving slowly. If you're not able to raise this amount of money at a go, you can enlist in Pole Pole Saving Plan, have a projection that I want to travel, to relocate to the US in January or August. Start saving slowly and slowly through this plan, and when you consolidate enough funds, we can start the other processes for you. So you need to take advantage of that. If at all you are facing financial difficulties, you can save as little as $1 or so. Yes.
Okay. You have talked about 1,100 US dollars.
Yeah.
As equivalent to, now I've calculated the average is 168.
I think multiplied by the current rates, it's 130.
132.
132, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
132. So is it if I'm able to get this 132, I register, is it automatic? If we are 100 of us, is it possible that you are taking all of them? The moment I paid 1,100 US dollars, will I be assured of having an opportunity of going to US?
So the thing is this, in life there's no guarantee to anything when it comes to life issues, because there are things that we find they are not within our control. Like if you go to the embassy and present yourself well and get denied a visa, then you can't really claim that you are guaranteeing that you'll sell successfully through the program. You see, but what I usually say is that when someone is within the program, they have more than 95% chances that they will become successful through the program.
So if I don't get through, will I come back and I get back my 1,100?
So what happens? Yeah, that's a good question. What happens is this, if you don't, because sometimes we might apply you for a school, and you get denied admission, not because you didn't qualify. Sometimes you might apply for admission, and then the classes are full, and then you end up not getting admission. So, or you apply, and then it happens that the students who applied around the same time with you, they were more competitive. It doesn't mean that you don't stand a chance to get admission to this school. It just means that you need to try again and maybe apply earlier on when the application process has started, so that you can increase your chances of acceptance. You can avoid cases of you finding yourself without any admission because the classes are already full. So what we do, if you don't get admission, you try again and get, because you have been able to come up with data, analytics, some trends. If I look at your background, there's high chances that the school that will recommend for you, you get admitted. So if you don't get admitted to a certain school, we evaluate what the reasons might be that lend to denial and apply you to another school where we feel that there are chances of acceptance. If you don't get a visa, what happens is that we try again for you. There are students who have been denied visas, they have tried again and end up getting approved for the same. There are students within the program who have initially even not got any admission. We apply for them again, we come up with analytics on what comes into play when these decisions are being made, and we are able actually to have them placed in schools. We are actually able, as at now, we are actually able to push for students to get admission to certain schools which we have partnership with, and also push for students to get scholarships in form of assistantships through these schools. The schools that we partner with, we have actually pushed a situation, a scenario whereby the schools that we partner with, I said we partner with 5 schools, but we take students to over 20 schools. So among these 5 schools, we have like 3 schools whereby you don't have to pay any application fee because they are our partners. So if worst comes to worst, and you find yourself maybe you no longer want to be part of the program because of these challenges, you don't want to try again, you have to apply for exiting the program, and then you have to express your interest to exit the program. That's what I mean. And out of the amount of money that you pay, of course, the program will deduct some consultation fees. Yeah. So you'll get part of it, but not the full amount of money. If worst comes to worst and you don't want to remain in the program any longer. Yeah.
Yes, concerning that question, maybe you have failed the first time.
Yeah.
You don't need to pay another $1,100 US.
No. No, you don't pay another $1,100 US.
That's what I wanted to ask. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I have 2 questions. My first question is on, you talked about working while you are in campus. You didn't talk about working outside campus. So I thought about it. I think the US gives work permits. So I only heard you talking about working within campus. So you clarify on that. And then
As a student?
Yeah.
Or after you're done with?
As a student still. Yeah. Also, when we were discussing, I had somebody mention we have bronze, silver. So I didn't get that. So maybe you can clarify on that. Thank you.
You're watching Success with Bob Mwiti Show, presented to you by Upstack America. Upstack America is a consulting company that helps immigrants find amazing higher education and job opportunities in the tech industry in the United States. You can find our programs by going to www.upstackamerica.com. Upstack America, we wake you up to the unlimited potential within you.
I think you wanted to understand about the work permit.
Work permit. You don't need any work permit kufanya kazi ndani ya shule. You just need to go. Uende hata kama ni cafeteria ya shule ama library, uambie unataka kazi. Kipata hiyo kazi, the process, there is what we call social security number, and then utaendelea kufanya kazi. The one that unahitaji work permit is after you are done with your studies. Now that you are no longer a student, you need to work. If you want to work in the US legally, you need some work permit, and that's what we assist students to navigate through after school, graduate student. And also, we want to accept students because our plan as a program is to get you job in the US. So we don't want a student, an undergraduate student will take 4 years, and then if they have to do masters, take a minimum of like maybe 2 years. We want students who are able to go to the US within 1 year or so. They are done with their masters and they're able to start working and getting money to transform their lives in the US. About postgraduate students, we don't concentrate on that because our main area of concentration as of now is master's programs. That is what we are good at. But in future, maybe that is something that we'll consider. But as of now, we just want to become best in taking students for masters, and then when they are done with their masters, they're able to transition into the job market. Because in the US, what you need are the right skills. Not just a PhD. You can be having a PhD in the US, and if you don't have the right skills that we actually offer as a program, because at the end of the day, when you are doing your masters, we will start training you on certain courses which will lead you to go to venture into the markets. So that is what students need. So we don't concentrate on PhD programs as of now. Maybe in the future, but as of now, we just want to become better and better in master's program. Back to your question. So for someone to join the program, I mentioned about, thank you for reminding me because I actually forgot. For you to join our program, you have to have a second upper or a second lower on the upper side. Not a second lower which is neighbors uppers. A second lower which at least neighbors a second upper. And that means that at least you have a GPA in the US. If you go to our website and download the handbook, there's a place where you can be able to compute your GPA. In the American system, we call them grade point average. They don't grade students on basis of second upper, second lower. So there's a way you can convert your grades into the American system, the GPA. So if your GPA is, if you find out that after computing everything, your GPA is 2.8 and above, we can accept you in the program. But if someone has a GPA which is below the 3.0, that is between 2.8 and 3.0, they need to have someone in the US who can consign them to get a student loan in the US. Because one of the lenders that we partner with is Discover. For Discover to give you funding, you need to have someone in the US who can act as your guarantor. If you have a GPA which is less than 3.0, you need someone who is a guarantor now to consign you for funding from this lender. But if you have a GPA of 3.0 and above, and you have a good credit score, then you don't need a cosigner. But essentially, we accept students as long as their GPA is 2.8 and above.
About the grade? About upgrading?
One more. What about
So there's a question about upgrading, sorry. If you join the parallel program, like you don't meet the qualification of B and above in mathematics and B and above overall, the option is the parallel program. But if someone want to transition from the parallel program to the regular program, the option is sit for GMAT while in the parallel program. If you pass this GMAT and get 550 and above, we'll take you to the regular program. Clear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And on the same point of the degree, what if someone has graduated and wants to proceed on, and yet he has not received the certificate? Can he or she use the transcripts?
Yeah, that's a good question. You can actually join the program without having your certificate. You can join with your provisional transcripts if you have them. Okay? Yeah. Yes?
Some of us have help. Will that be a problem? They will not be paying.
So this is the thing, huh? For someone to get funding from the lender called Empower, they need to have a good credit score, a good credit standing. So if you have been listed somewhere, it becomes a problem to get funding from this lender. But it doesn't mean that if you have been listed, you can't still continue in the program. If you have been listed, the program will ask you to find a cosigner. A cosigner is someone in the US who can act as your guarantor for a student loan now from another lender called Discover. And Discover doesn't check your credit score or anything. It will check the credit score of your cosigner. If your cosigner is good, then you are set. So Empower checks your individual credit score, standing. Discover checks your cosigners. So if you know your credit standing is not good, you can have a cosigner who is in the US. The cosigner should be a permanent resident or a US citizen. And they cover that for you. But they also should not be defaulters. If your cosigner is a defaulter, then they can cosign you.
You can ask both your questions, then you'll answer because of time.
I have two questions. The first one is, you talked about the visa failing part. I've paid the amount of money and then I've gone to the visa, it has failed. You people have to wait for me until the time I'll get the visa and then we can proceed.
Could you repeat that?
I'm saying, I start the process, I pay the amount of money, I'm qualified, and then it gets to a stage where I'm supposed to go to the visa, and then it gets to the visa side, I don't go through. So it means you people will have to wait. I don't need any amount of money to give in. You'll wait until I get my visa, then you can proceed with the program.
Yeah, so the only thing that maybe you'll need to pay if your visa is denied is just because now you are applying for an appointment at this time and you didn't go through. You need to pay the visa, the amount of money to apply for the other visa. But as a program, we don't charge you anything else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lastly, maybe this is just an overthinking. I'm thinking loud. I go to the US. I'm learning that your program, the only thing that is ahead of the other programs is that when you get to the US, they give you an opportunity after college or university, you give people opportunities to work. On the bad luck that I don't get an opportunity to work, you say that I will come back to Kenya. If I happen to come back to Kenya and you had financed me, you write off my loan, right?
So if you happen to come, if you happen to come back, and of course the essence of the program is to ensure that you don't fall into that trap. But if you find yourself in that situation and you have got some funding from one lender here, our partner, and you are supposed to pay after school, but you're back in the country, then those lenders will have their own ways of pursuing you. Yeah.
So you're not taking any risk there?
No, that goes to the lender. But if we have given you a SACCO loan letter, we'll have to pursue you as a program.
Okay.
A SACCO loan, like I think the SACCO is to assist students to cover for relocation expenses. There is the SACCO part and the lender's part. So if the lenders have given you the fee of 5 million and you're back in the country when you are supposed to pay it, you don't have a job, they will have their own ways of pursuing it. If you have maybe our SACCO loan, which cover for your flight ticket, which you haven't paid, or accommodation, then we'll have our own ways of pursuing you. Yeah.
Okay, my name is Mika. My question is basically, you have said visa success rate is quite good.
Yeah.
So my question is on the GMAT exam. What is the story? What is the success rate?
So, the reason why we usually have the threshold of the kind of student who should sit for GMAT is because we know that at least students of that kind of background who have a B and above will not find it so hard when doing the exam. I found myself in situations whereby someone got a C+, we told them, you just go to the parallel program where you don't have to sit for this exam. And they just say that, you know what, I was sick during the time for exam, all those kind of stories. This happened during the time of exam, and you tell them, you know what, just make a try. If you don't believe what you are telling you, just try and do the exam. And if you have to decide to do the exam in the parallel program, of which we don't encourage students to, you have to pay from your own pockets. This is not an easy exam. It's a tough exam. You have to put in the work. You see? If you fear exams, there is the parallel option. Go there where you don't have to sit for it. Yeah. It will even save you time, because GMAT, if someone joins today and they decide to do GMAT, then you should ensure that at least by April you are done, so that we can close the applications deadline. We can close you out when you close the applications deadline. But if you are good and you are willing to put in the work, then GMAT will not mistreat you. Yeah.
Any other ones to ask a question? Yes. Maybe we can give him a chance first, because
So I needed you to clarify something for me. It's about the GMAT exam. So you've said that for your case, when you did it, you failed and you redid the test the second time. So when somebody fails the first time and redoes the exam, does the person pay any amount of fee or?
Yeah, if you fail the first time and you want to try, the only amount of money that you are supposed to pay is the now registration fee for the exam that you are redoing. $250 US. $250 US.
250.
Assuming you fail the second time you do the GMAT, what will happen?
We only give you 2 chances of trying the GMAT.
Okay.
If you fail the second time, we just tell you, just join the parallel program.
Okay. Can someone in the US pay for the expenses here, the application fee, registration fee? Can someone in the US pay for the registration fee and the application fees?
Well, someone paying for you on your behalf in the US?
Yeah.
Yes. They just need to go to our website. There's an option where they can use their card to make the payment for you. Yeah.
Okay.
I would like to maybe make a special recognition to anyone who is in the program and is here, has joined us today. Anyone who has already joined the program and is here. Stand up, stand up.
You can stand, please.
Oh, great. This is Mokua. This is, Desmond. Esbon. Ben. Wycliffe. Wycliffe was my classmate at the university. I think these guys, maybe you can get to interact with them, and I think whatever we have seen here, they will confirm it's actually what happens in the program. So you can have a word with them as we wind up, and I think they will guide you even more.
You've been watching Success with Bob Mwiti Show, brought to you by Upstack America. Come back next time to hear more steps and missteps that I took on the path to becoming a successful immigrant in USA. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and also follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn.